Hey guys, this is the Prince of Macedon, and I'm doing a commentary video on the Syrian Flats. This is a Seleucid versus Numidia battle, and I'm in command of the Seleucids, and my opponent is Pygmalion of Tyre, and he's in command of the Numidians, of course. Let's look at my Seleucid army first. Got 6 units of Seleucid Silver Shield Pikemen. Behind them are 6 units of archers. And in the next rank, I have 2 units of Phalanx Pikemen, and my cavalry consists of 5 squadrons of Militia Cav. Obviously, I didn't host this game, because you know I don't like the normal scale. But you can see how small these troops are now. Alright, so the video started. Let's go check out Pygmalion's army. Here's his Numidians. The front ranks, he has 6 units of Numidian archers. Lots of upgrades on those. Then he has, 6 units of Numidian legionnaires. And in the center he has 1 unit of Onager. And here's his general. He's in command of the general's armored bodyguard. And he has cavalry support, 3 squadrons of Numidian camel riders. So in the desert, those guys could be deadly. Alright, so we're starting the battle now. And anyways, it's kind of ironic that my opponent is named after a Tyre king, Pygmalion. As you guys know, Alexander the Great laid siege to the island of Tyre, but Pygmalion came from a different time. Anyways, let's talk about the battle here. Exchanging some missile fire right now. His archers have more upgrades. Anyways, I'm just gonna advance closer to his army so I can engage it. Let's look at his troops again, while we're killing some time here. The onagers, they're not very effective. You can use them in large numbers and they're effective. But anyways, I let him bring artillery because I don't really care. Hey, let's see if my guys can get some of these archers. That would be funny. Anyways, I'm just pushing forward here. And there seems to be some kind of fireworks show going on, which makes the video more interesting. So I'm kind of glad my opponent brought onagers. Yeah, the problem with these camel riders is that they get this desert bonus, so they can actually beat pretty excellent cavalry. So you got to look out for Numidians in the desert. So we're just exchanging missile fire right now. Let's watch as Numidians trade fire with my guys. See the arrows flying. I like their helmets though. If you look at them. Oh, not his, he just died. Yeah, check out those feathers in the front. Alright, so anyways, he's moving his legionnaires forward here. So I'm going to switch from open order to something more compact. And I can do that in like 2 buttons. So here's me reforming my phalanx line. No problem for me. Not really worried about his legionnaires. So they're gonna throw their pila, pretend they're Romans. And I'm gonna act like a Seleucid, and I'm just gonna come forward with my pikes. We'll watch this mayhem for a bit. So they got their shields in front of them, but it's not doing much good. Look at those guys. They're really brave. Caught in the middle of those pikes there. And I just smacked these legionnaires around. That must have hurt. Now they're bringing in some legionnaires to attack my dudes. and I'll gladly accept the challenge. So I just got the rest of my army just kind of sitting back here. And you can see a whole lot of his legionnaires retreating now. They might think they're Romans, but once they saw my pikes, they remember that they were Numidian. Alright, so on the far left and on the far right, we're still having a little infantry fight. And seeing that his infantry is getting pounded by mine, he's activating his cavalry finally. So he's going to launch a little cavalry strike here onto the flanks of my front line pikemen. I decided to let him have it, because my infantry is like way better than his. Alright, so he's moved on to my second line of infantry here. This would be a little tougher for him now that my guys are facing him. What's going on over here? Get some more legionnaires. Now he's bringing his cavalry. And some of his other legionnaires came back from retreating. And here comes his cavalry finally. Going for another hammer and anvil strike here. Now I'm bringing up my Javcav. I'm gonna shower his dudes with my javelins. Yeah, take that. So, he took out a few pikes, but at the cost of his cavalry. So I routed them. Now this has been reduced to an infantry fight, in which I also have cavalry. It's only militia cav, but it's still quite a blow to not have cavalry fighting against my pikes. I lost my general. I didn't care about him though. So lots of arrows are blotting out the sun for these legionnaires. And I killed his general. And it affected him a lot more than it affected me when I lost my general. So these guys are retreating now. Now I'm going to call in my Javcav to pursue the fleeing units. There they go. At this point, my opponent made a defeat, but I'm going to throw some javelins at these dudes first. They're not getting off that easily. Anyways, that was a clear victory. I had 533 kills, with 502 men remaining. Pygmalion of Tyre had 409 kills, with 62 men remaining. Good game to Pygmalion of Tyre.